grocery prices are continuing to rise, and people are really struggling to adapt right now. I mean, take a look at this chart right here and the price changes of these three items going back to August of 2024. Coffee prices have gone up a whopping 40%. That's something that basically everybody should be able to afford. Ground beef prices have gone up about 12 to 15%, and bananas have gone up almost 10% just in a year's time. Consumers are saying that they're having to cut back on purchases and stockpiling certain foods or exploring more affordable stores just to be able to buy the groceries now. People are also having to resort to buying smaller package sizes, and they're using more and more coupons in order to reduce their grocery bills. And I also saw in a separate report that people who are really trying to stick to the budget are just sticking with their grocery list and that's it, which is pretty smart right now. Like if you want to make sure that you're not going to go over, well, the best thing you can do is have a list and stick to it. And so it doesn't really matter once the next official inflation report comes out, because people see what's happening at the grocery store and realize that the cost of food is still far above whatever the CPI number is. Right now is a pretty great time to have one of those Costco memberships or Sam's Club memberships and be buying things in bulk, especially if you have a family, guys, or going to one of the cheaper grocery stores like Aldi, for example, and stocking up as much on the essentials as you can and making some trade downs if necessary. The CEO of Mondelez International, who makes Oreos, has said that shoppers have not boosted their spending for the last 2.5 years, even as grocery prices have gone up, meaning that they are actually buying less. So if consumers were spending $500 a month on groceries 2.5 years ago, they're still spending $500 a month. The difference is they're getting less for that $500 a month than they were before. So they're just being forced to have a smaller cart for the same amount of money, which is kind of synonymous with everything that people are buying these days. And that goes back to wages. How can anybody afford to buy more if they don't actually have the money? One grocery store owner says that he estimates prices at his store have risen about 20% just this year, and customers are definitely not happy. Well, who would be happy with a result like that, guys? 20% increase in grocery prices in 12 months? Come on. Nobody's seeing a 20% increase in pay right now. And let's not forget, basically everything else has been going up by just as much. At least the things that matter the most, insurance, healthcare, transportation costs, the cost of buying a new car or a used car for that matter, it's all gone up. One man who likes to eat a lot of salmon said that instead of buying the salmon, now he's switching over to shrimp, and he's purchasing burger meat instead of ribeye steaks, and he's making more salads and eating more high protein foods. Like I said, you might have to switch down and make some trade-offs to your diet right now if groceries is a sore spot that you need to cut back on. And of course, if you're a hunter, you can go out and get some venison for yourself, and that's completely free besides the processing fee. But one thing about Costco, I don't really shop at Costco because there's just never one close by to where I live. And it's always insane there also. But I know they have a lot of good stuff there. And one thing that they still have, even in 2025, is the $4.99 rotisserie chicken, guys. And that can be enough to feed a family of 4 for dinner. Not saying you should be eating that every night or it's the healthiest thing to eat, but it's something that's still inflation proof, just like the hot dog and the Pepsi or the Coke or whatever they offer there for $1.50 still. So you can still get some food at this store for prices of yesteryear. So let me know in the comments of this video what you guys think about the stock market and if you think it's a reflection of what's really going on in the economy or not. I'm sure there's going to be a divide. People who have a lot of money invested in the stock market are going to say, yeah, things are great. It's never been better. People who don't have a piece of it are going to say things completely suck right now and I'm broke. But besides that, I want to know what sacrifices you have to make right now, whether it's at the grocery store or financial. Put your comments below because I'm going to try to go through some of them and use them for a future video. I want to start using more of your real life examples, things that people who watch this channel are really going through, and highlight them in some of these videos moving forward. So that way people can realize, first of all, that you're not alone if you are struggling and having a hard time, but also to show you the real economy, right? To show you what real people are really going through. Forget about people who own these $3 million houses in Tiburon. They're going to be fine. I'm not worried about them, and I'm sure you're not either. But I am worried about the 90% of Americans that don't have this stuff. So put all that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and my Clips channel, which is down below. And if you don't want to wait for my next video to come out, check out this one on the screen right over here, and I'll see you in the next one.